All right, a little bit different of a new products, but we're back.
I'm back. We're getting back into it. Back on my bullshit. Yeah. Back on a lot of products coming out.
A lot of stuff on your desk.
A lot of video stuff. Yeah, but stuff is coming off my desk, which is the most important. And it's getting into the shop. Let's get right into it. Let's go to the computer and I'll go through all the new products that we put in. Okay. First up, from Excamera Labs, we carry their SPI driver, their I2C driver, and now their TermDriver. This is a really cool little board. So it's got an RP2040 with the flash and like regulator and ground, CTS, VCC, RTX, TTX, DTR. And I think this is in the FTDI pin out, which is kind of like a standard order for the 6-pin connector. And what's cool about this is that it's a USB to serial converter. So if you plug it into USB and you connect your computer, it shows up as a USB to serial adapter, which then you can connect, say, a GPS. But it'll also show whatever is coming on the serial port on this little display. And it even has like color matching, like STTY, VT100 color matching. And it handles like baud rates from like 1200 to, whatever, 96.1K or whatever. It's really cool because, 2 megabits actually, the max. It's cool because if you are doing serial debugging, it also works in a standalone mode. At 115.2K. So you can plug this into your single board computer or your microcontroller and it, on the go without needing a computer or a terminal program, you can monitor what's going on the serial port. So nifty new product from Excamera Labs, now in stock. We also have Sequins now in cool white. We have these in green, blue, pink, and warm white, and then also cool white. So another color available for these Sequins. You can clip onto them with alligator clips. You can sew them. You can solder to them. They come in a pack of 5 with a little resistor, so you can power them from like 3 to 6 volts or so. And gold pads with positive and negative marks, so you know which to plug in. A great way to add like a little crystal of LED light to your prop or wearable or just small project. Next up, we have the second version of the official Raspberry Pi mouse. If you have a Pi 500 or 400 or Raspberry Pi computer, you have their official keyboard. They also have an official mouse. It's an optical mouse with a little optical sensor on the bottom, nice over pad. I think it's a 1 meter long cable, 75 centimeter long cable with USB-A. Works with everything on the known universe, but Raspberry Pi wanted to make sure they had a good quality mouse that matches with their computers, especially if you have like the Pi 500 or 400 and you're using the monitor and you want to have the full kit. And it's got even the little roller wheel in the middle, which I like. Great for scrolling. Okay, now on to new Adafruit products. First up, the APDS 9999. Lots of 9s. Love the number 9. So this is my favorite product. The APDS 9660 is a very popular sensor that does color, light, proximity, and gesture. Unfortunately, it's been end of line. You can even check DigiKey. The sensor is no longer being made, which is a little bit of a bummer. Really love that sensor, but this is kind of the next generation. So the 9999 has proximity using a V-cell. So it's actually a little bit nicer, I think, than before. I had just like a plain IR sensor. Maybe now it's a V-cell sensor. It has a lux light detector for white light. So it can actually tell you the lux light, not just counts, which is good because you have like a calibrated light sensor, and RGB color. Here's a little demo just showing, RGB displaying on a Feather TFT with proximity sensing. The only thing is it no longer has that gesture sensor. It's a little bit sad. I like that it had the multiple IR sensors. You could do basic gesture sensing. However, I'll say the gesture sensing on the APDS 9660 didn't really work that well. And so, given that it doesn't have it, this is a really good alternative. I still really like that it has lux, proximity, and color. It's one of the few sensors that does all of those, and the price is very good. I2C has logic level shifting, power regulation, so you can use it with 3 volt, 5 volt. We have Arduino and CircuitPython/Python drivers for it, so you can integrate it into your Arduino project, CircuitPython, Python, Raspberry Pi, etc. All good. We also have from Pimoroni, they asked us, hey, can you stock some of our cool e-ink displays? And I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. This is the Spectra Impression series. So these are multicolor, you know, we're going to see full color. They have multiple colors of e-ink in the paper. And so it takes quite a while. It takes like 30 seconds to change the display. But when it does, you get red, yellow, green, orange. You can have really nice full color images, especially with good dithering, which they have software demonstrations for. It comes with the 7.3, which is like, you know, quite large, or 13.3 inch, like, I think this is even like Leviathan whale sized e-ink display from, and there's actually officially from e-ink. This is the Spectra series. So there's 3 different sizes. I will say, as a note, each one of them requires a Raspberry Pi. So here is where you would plug in your Raspberry Pi computer. They have tons of software that will get you going with this so you can display, you know, calendars or images, comic books. It's a cute little seal. But here's where you plug in a, you know, Raspberry Pi computer or any single board computer with 2x20 connector. You plug it in. Also gives you I2C connectors and some breakouts for other sensors and stuff. But, you know, it's just the display. It doesn't have the controller. It comes with something on it because it's e-ink. So, of course, it displays, you know, an image when you get it. But you do have to have a Raspberry Pi computer with software installed in order to change the image on the fly. So check out their tutorials. They are pros at e-ink displays, and I will show you how to get the best results. 2 more. These are kind of pairsy, little sister, big sister sensors from AMS Osram. First up is the AS7341 UVA, UVB, and UVC sensor. So one thing I've noticed is a lot of UV sensors that we've stocked, and they're, you know, great for sensing outdoor light, so don't get a sunburn, or make sure that your plants are getting the right amount of light. But it's rare to get something that has UVC, and UVC is used for like germicidal or sterilization, curing. So that's where UVC light comes in. And this sensor can detect all 3 spectra and separately too, which is really nice because usually, like this is our demo, and you can see it has A, B, and C detected. This is a UVA, UVB light. It doesn't have a lot of UVC in it. I think it's a light for reptiles or something. And so you'll see it detects the 3 different UV types of light separately. So it's good if you're wanting to detect, like, is this germicidal light really giving me primarily UVC and it's doing a good job of sterilizing? Or is it, you know, something that gives me broadband, and so I have to tell people, hey, watch out, it's going to give you a sunburn. Ditto, is this lamp for reptiles giving me mostly UVA and B, which is what I want for my bearded dragon, or is it giving me UVC that is not so good for my reptile of choice? So love this sensor because, you know, again, it's rare to see a sensor that can do all 3 spectra and give you digital count out. I2C also, so comes with 3.3 volt logic level shifting and regulation. It also has a sync input. That is if you want to synchronize it with something that's pulsing the UV light to make sure that it's measuring at the right time, as well as a data ready interrupt output pin. We have Arduino code, CircuitPython, Python, as before, works with microcontrollers that have Arduino or C support, or single board computers, desktop computers with Python, or CircuitPython 4 CircuitPython boards. And this is a nice pairing for if you're using our AS7341 or our AS7343, because those don't cover UV. Those cover visible light spectra and infrared. So you pair this, boom, 3 more spectra available for you. Speaking of, the next new product and a star of the show, this is one of my favorites, is the AS7343. So just showed off the AS7341. This is a very popular multispectral sensor, has 10 different channels of reading. I think 8 are visible, 1 is near IR, and 1 is flicker detection. Now there's the 7343, which has 14 channels of detection. So it adds 4 more in the visible. It still has near IR and flicker as well. And here's, a quick demo that we can show changing the light color from blue to green. The spectra of light that it's detecting also changes. These are like little mini spectroscopy chips. It's kind of amazing what you can get for the price. Great for scientific or light detection. Like you're not going to get RGB values, but you're going to get the actual decomposition of the light. So you'll know, is it true broadband white or is it mostly blue and yellow? Is the light you're getting a mixture of multiple colors, or is it, the single laser source, coherent light? This sensor for the price is amazing. You're going to get really good detection off of a broad range of visible and infrared light. And then, of course, like I said, pair it with the UV sensor, and now you've got ultraviolet as well. So, a total of 14, but, two of them, I think one of them is just flicker. So maybe 12 channels plus each 15 channels of independent color sensing. Again, code available, Arduino, CircuitPython, so you can use it with anything you like. The sensing element is over here. There's also an LED that it comes with. This is kind of like a, generic broadband, neutral white LED. It does have LED control, so this can be controlled, I think, from like 0 to 200 milliamps, maybe 100 milliamps. You can use that to synchronize if you want to bounce light off of a sample and read the spectra that's emitted back. Or you could not use the LED and you're just detecting emitted light. So it's good for reflective or emitted light. And as before, it's, I think, a 1.8 volt sensor. So this, I think 3.3 plus 1.8. Level shifting is built in. And you just plug it in over I2C and run our code to get the spectra of light out. Those are the new products. We are back. Lots of stuff coming in soon. Check out adafruit.com/new for the latest in new products from my brain and my desk to your cart, to your home.
That's new.
That's it. New.